All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please. Listen, I have your attention, please. I need everybody. I'm going to ask you attention for a number of minutes now. So I need you to set down your paintbrush, your pencil, your ruler, anything else that might be distracting. I need you to turn your head and your torso, shift to your chair if you have to. Put your eyes on me. I'm going to be moving around a little bit, but I want to make sure I have your undivided attention. Good. Do me a favor. I want to start off. I want you to look at the learning goals. I want you to take like the next 30 seconds or so. If you don't get it all read, that's okay, because I'm going to ask you to do something afterwards. But I want you to take like 30 seconds and just kind of quietly to yourself read those. Or 3 learning goals, please. Thank you. Listen, when I say go, I'd like you at your table to make sure that everyone sitting at your table understands the 3 learning goals. We've talked about them already a couple of times, but I want you to make an extra effort here. I asked my second hour this. I said, do it through this lens. Imagine I was giving you a quiz at the end of the hour. I was going to select one person at your table to answer an impromptu question about the learning goals. And that person's response was going to stand for all of your grades at your table. So look at it through that lens. When I say go, when you hear the music, take like 30 seconds, make sure everybody at your table is on the exact same page with their understanding of the learning goals. Ready? Go.
Actually, Jeff can't do Let's go to the train. It's Monday, could be a full day.
All right. I need everybody to pause again. People are picking up their brushes and their pencil. I'd like you to pause. Set it down if you need to. Put your eyes right on me, please. This is for me only, so I really need you to participate. Close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes. You have to participate. It's not effective if you don't help. Close your eyes. Raise your hand. When I say go, I want you to raise your hand really, really high if you feel like everybody at your table has a pretty good understanding of learning goals. And, you know, really, really low if every one of us are confused and have absolutely no idea. And then somewhere in the middle, wherever you feel like that is, of your collective understanding at your table. Ready? Close your eyes. It's okay. Ready? Go. Good. Put them down. All right. Open your eyes. Look right at me. Don't start hanging. Look right at me. Here's the game. I don't need you to read all of this, but I really need you to actively pay attention. Right now, we are moving on to our portrait painting. I understand that a number of you are still wrapping up your Foursquare assignment. Last week, I told you you could have today to do that. But we are going to start moving ahead. So here's the gig. Put your eyes right on me. You're looking at me, I know I have your attention. Here's the gig. When I start talking about the learning goals and our steps and so on, I'm talking now specifically about only this assignment. I'm not really backing up anymore. So if you have questions about it, if you feel really behind, don't forget afternoon art every Thursday. But in addition to that, if you need to come in like before school, after school, kind of like spend a few minutes with it, find time, let me know. Here's a student's work from my second hour. I'm reiterating the steps. Before you do any painting whatsoever, before you put one iota of paint on your paper, what you need to do is this. You need to find a picture. Some people have been going to the LMC last week. I think I said you could bring in a picture today if you haven't yet. But you need a picture first. One of the instant bumps is this. A number of students are coming back with photographs or images that don't fill out the entire page. That's okay, but you've just got to figure out how to adapt. You can adapt in one of two ways. You can either try to blow it up, as a couple of my students are doing, or you can just transfer it in and then have a bigger border. Go like this if you're with me so far. Don't put your thumb up if you're not. Rock and roll. After you find your image, you're then going to take an ebony pencil and color that like we have with other assignments. And then put it on here, and then trace the outline of it. Your goal in tracing the outlines, and I've mentioned this already, but your goal in tracing the outlines is to identify the shapes. Look at this. If you're sitting way in the back from where I am, it's probably harder to see. I'll put this on the board. This is a student in my second hour. I want you to look at the simplicity of this. She's got the outline of the girl's head, and the outline of like the lips and the eyes, and then like her eye, for instance, really only has 3 values right now. Correction, 4. But that's not very many. Her lips, 3 values. But she's spent a lot of time on it. She's been really tight about it and careful. Her craftsmanship, in other words, she spent a lot of time on it, and it's come together quite nicely. But in order to do this, you have to make sure that you've identified all of the shapes. The shapes are going to be different values within the portrait. If you need help doing that, I can certainly help you. Come around. I can usually identify the lights and the darks pretty quickly, but that's ultimately the goal. You have to do all of that before you put any paint on a brush. I'm going to pause. Make sure everybody at your table understands the steps that you have to go through before you put any paint on the paper. Go. Raise your hand if you heard someone who had a question anywhere. I know a couple of people have already considered me over. I'll go to you personally in a couple of minutes. Last thing, look right at me. Last thing I promise before we launch. Look right up here. We have a learning goal of just identifying the lines and the shapes and the values in that portrait. I'm going to say that again. We have a learning goal of just identifying the lines and shapes and values in that portrait. That's a separate learning goal altogether. That's why I have it up there, because it's so critical that we do that before we even touch the paint. As eager as we are sometimes to paint, we've got to do that first. Listen, I know there's going to be a lot of questions along the way. If you've got one initially, wave me over. I saw a couple people already do that. So I'll take care of those right away. Otherwise, are there any questions for the good of the whole? Welcome back. Hope you had a nice long weekend. No. Just fire quick, please. All right. Somebody say boogie. Good. Go. You got questions? Let me know. Anybody else need to look up an image? Come to me right now. You have to look up an image, please. Good.
seven districts.
Walk off.
8 seconds.
As concerned, don't hold holes in your eyes. Nobody repeats their hand. Is that because we just want to participate? There you go, or what is it? Okay, so well, you're moving on, right? Okay, I can take this in a couple of minutes. You four undoubtedly have to like schedule something, especially if you're about what you are. You're gonna be able to move on. Does that make sense? Do that? That makes sense. Corey? Good. And you looking for lunch? I'm gonna go to LMC. You know what comes to mind? Fair enough.
I know.
Thursday. Yep.
Is it in your room or the?
We do it in the room next door, but you can come in here. So my door's open. Like I had last week, I had seats. You know, bring it back over the helmet, sitting down. It's more fun over there because not everybody's there. You can social while you do it. You know what I mean? So everybody was doing that. There was nobody listening. You know, you just be sitting by yourself. That kind of defeats part. You know what I mean? Part of it is get the community of place. Say what? But that's why you're taking this. It's to get better. To feel love, yes. My concern
Doesn't matter.
that's cool. Man. That's what I asked. Where are you gonna do like, where are you gonna do all of this? No? Oh, I'm asking what you're gonna do for Andy's class. He's gonna do something for the back. My professor's here. No, then why be done too much? Oh. Hey, if you're finishing us at Foursquare, you can't put it